No, I'm not. I'm not ready. I'm not ready. Oh my god, I'm not ready. Help! Help! Hey,
Hey,
if you like this content, please subscribe,
you can leave a comment.
like it.
We're also on Anchor.
We're on Anchor. Both of our podcasts are on Anchor. So if you're on the go and you want to listen instead of having to watch YouTube, you can find us there.
It also works on Spotify as well.
Yep, thank you.
Thanks.
It's coffee break! Woo! Yay! I wish I could read my script.
Oh, sorry. I
Oh.
stole the mouse.
My turn. Cool.
I don't know this shit. This is your script.
So this is one of those fun weeks where not much happens because next week, or this week, in between these two episodes,
Yeah.
of course they're going to drop everything.
Well, not much happens.
That matters to me.
There, a lot did happen. It's just not the usual happenings, not like release dates and stuff.
True. Nothing new is really dropping this year. We already know. They like to schedule that ahead for the holidays.
Yep.
I'm moving Mike. Mike, how are you doing?
Hi, Mike.
Mike, are you good? Do you need water, Mike?
No, don't, no.
Mike looks thirsty.
No! Just plunge the mic into water.
Okay, so last week I said I made a big boo-boo on my hand.
Mm-hmm.
Cut
Big
my
one.
hand punching glass.
I was-
Don't do that.
I was sick last week. Still a little sick.
Yeah.
Might cough a little.
I got my surgery.
Yup.
It hurts.
That's the thing. Like, hey, not much we can do now. Here's painkillers. That's it.
Just let it heal. Everything's good though. I can still feel my fingers,
Yeah.
my fingies. I can wiggle it a little.
Wiggle your little tootses.
Yep, I can wiggle it. And then because I was pretty much on the sideline for 2 weeks, decided to check out Crunchyroll.
Yeah, we did.
And I really went there for Chainsaw Man
Yeah. You need a subscription for Crunchyroll, which we don't
to
have.
watch Chainsaw Man. But if you have Hulu,
Mm-hmm.
you don't need a subscription. You can watch it on Hulu.
So yeah. So we'll probably watch it later. We've been meaning to get around to it.
Yes, so with all that information, no, I did not watch it. I heard it was good. But what I did go watch, and we have now been really enjoying, we're what, episode 60 in?
Yeah. Like 60 in already.
Of 172 so far.
Yep.
And I know what you're thinking. Calm down. Obviously, it's not One Piece.
It's not.
It's
Piece is-
Boruto,
It is.
Naruto's Next Generation. And I'm not going to lie, I actually really like this.
It's a nice little, like, easy shonen stuff, you know?
I like going back to that one. I always enjoyed Naruto, but here's where I got kind of cut off from it.
Mm-hmm.
Is when Naruto first really came to America, I was already reading Shonen Weekly. I would go monthly to the grocery store and buy the giant magazine.
That's cool.
I read Death Note long before many people in America even knew what Death Note was. Because I remember I had the special issue where they gave me the first 3 chapters for free because they were like, check out this new one.
Wow.
It was awesome. Anyways, I always loved reading Naruto. I watched the show in original Japanese dub before it became English.
Yep.
I had the GameCube game that was translated to English.
Wow.
And then, I went into high school and I kind of lost a lot of interest in that. But one of the things that really made me lose interest was watching the younger...
Oh.
Okay, we got a dog alert here.
Dog is just desperate for attention.
The dog wants my face. Anyways, was watching, and you guys might remember this. You might have been part of it. If you were, we look back at you and think, But I remember a lot of kids putting on their ninja headbands
Yep.
and Naruto running the class.
Yeah.
Or they would jump up on like benches and start doing the finger
Yeah.
thing.
A lot of kids like doing the hand stuff.
Yeah. It was so dorky and nerdy.
It was like, it's fun as a fan to just dive into something and to find people, especially like when you're trapped in school and that's the only place you see your friends. I get enjoying diving into it and whatnot. But
Look, even today, I still do the finger movements as best I can.
yeah,
I'll still do a Kamehameha wave, you know? There's a level where it's fun and it's fine.
yes.
But to the level that I saw, it was
Cause
appalling.
that's when it like blew up. Also,
Yeah.
Everyone caught up to you.
And then went further. Because I went maybe halfway through Naruto before I gave up on it.
Yeah. My biggest thing, the thing is, and it's like, when I remember we were walking across campus, and we saw people with lightsabers, and they were doing lightsaber fights with each other.
So cool.
Yes, I had the same exact thought, watching them doing their lightsaber fights, as when I would walk across campus, and I would see people, like, doing, like, volleyball, you know?
Yeah.
Like, it's still a thing. It's just, you're doing your thing, and you're in the middle of an audience.
Also, these weren't just cheap lightsabers. These were the $100, $200 sticks that light up.
Yeah.
Collector's items. You should not be bashing these things together.
They're doing, like they're
20
doing,
of them all out in a brawl in the middle of a grass field.
yeah, in the middle of the night, so they all glowed real bright. Mm-hmm. It was cool.
I watched one kid defeat two at the same time doing that Mace Windu move where he gets crouched down and he blows out that window for no fucking reason.
Yeah. Like, you know, it's not... it's totally fine to unabashedly
Do you know why that window blows out? You know that scene I'm talking about in Revenge of the Sith?
I do.
Do you want to know the reason why? I've watched it over and over and over again.
What?
It's only so Palpatine can throw him out the window.
Yeah, it really is.
But we couldn't keep the glass there?
I guess not.
Wow. Anyways, Boruto, super fun.
It is.
It's weird. Naruto is still an asshole.
Which was such an interesting direction I didn't think about.
Because everything I hate about Naruto himself, I find loving about Boruto. Because he's the opposite.
He is.
He's an idiot savant. Mm-hmm. He literally was like, no, I'm not going to study for this test because I'll pass it. 100%.
It also really speaks to the way, like, shonen protagonists has changed over all these years. Because when Naruto came out, it was very common for your protagonist to be this, like, ho-hum loser who failed, but became very, very powerful. But in all other aspects, they were just dumb and bad at what they did.
Yeah.
And now it's very common for protagonists to put in seemingly little effort and do everything very well, but not find any joy in that. And it's interesting.
I also like his team a lot more.
Yes.
So he's teamed up with Sarada
Uchihara. I'm still shaky on that.
Her parents are Sakura and Sasuke.
Yeah.
I really like her.
She's fun. I don't like her design, but she's a very fun character.
She does do that ninja run while everyone else actually like jogs.
Yeah.
And they're like keeping up with each other. It's so weird.
It's
Because once they get there to like their location, have you noticed this? They'll stop, and Naruto and
Mitsuki,
right, will stop and stand up, but like it wasn't much of a change.
Yeah.
Well, for her, she's like all the way bent forward and then has to stand up.
Yeah.
It's just so weird. But awesome team. Mitsuki also just being one of those weird
really cool
characters who's actually like a clone kind of thing.
Yeah. As someone who knows very little of Naruto, there's a lot of shit that I'm just like, what's happening? I know like weird things. Like I'm like, there's a bug guy. Where's the bug guy? And then the bug guy was their teacher. And I was like, I remember him. That's the extent of what I got.
Yeah. Really fun. I enjoy Boruto 100%. I'm just looking for a Boruto game. I don't want Naruto. I don't want any of that trash in here.
It's always like, oh, Naruto and also Boruto. It's
Oh,
like, no, I want just Boruto.
And because I skipped over Shippuden,
Yeah.
there's a reason why I skipped over Shippuden. Because of the effects of how nerdy I saw these other kids with Naruto. Mm-hmm. When they went on to go do the sequel series, I was like, nah, I'm done. And so I just completely just skipped all of that.
Yeah, so there is things that's like, is Kakashi dead? He's not. He became like the 6th Hokage.
Did you know Kakashi was my favorite character from Naruto?
Did you know he's everyone's favorite character from Naruto? Even me, who doesn't know anything, I'm like, yes, Kakashi. He's my favorite.
I think one of my favorite interactions with Kakashi was in Boruto, where he shows up as the
proctor for their
test, and he's like, "Old man, what are you doing here?" And he goes, "You will call me the sixth Hokage or sixth Lord," and he's like, "Old man, sixth Lord."
Yeah.
And he just keeps calling him old man because he knows him from his childhood.
Yeah, he calls a lot of people old man. I like how every time
he calls his teacher little brother. Did you see what his teacher calls him?
He calls him big brother.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I like fucking Naruto. Every time he calls him that stupid old man. He never refers to him as dad or Naruto. It's always that stupid old man.
Nah, the two of them, weirdly enough, super similar, yet very different.
Yes. Man, what a heartbreaking... Oh, when the shadow clone evaporated and the birthday cake for his sister just fell to the floor. Ah, what a gut-wrenching scene.
He kind of pushed him into Sasuke's arms.
He did. They did.
That was cool. So that's what we've been enjoying. That's been Coffee Break. You guys enjoy.
We talked for like 3 minutes and then we're done.
What if I released a 10-minute episode?
I think that'd be funny. What's going on in the world?
Okay, Ezra Miller.
Boo.
All of our favorite god. They are being in trial in Vermont for their burglary.
Burglary?
Anyways, if they fail, in which Ezra said today that they are not guilty, if they fail to convince the jurors, there's 26 years of prison.
Good. They deserve it.
Well, here's the fun part.
Say it. It's a podcast.
Oh, I was waiting for you.
What?
You just looked so perplexed with pain. You're just like, I can't deal with this person anymore.
Well, what is it?
Okay, the Flash 2 script has already been penned out
No.
by Aquaman Scribe. And they're already gearing up to make another Flash.
No. Warner Brothers. Oh my god. That's the dumb. It was dumb you kept Ezra around for the. It's dumb they're committing to making the first one. They're gonna do a fucking no. God damn.
So that's all I have about Ezra for now. I'm sure as we keep going down this path, we'll learn more and more about this trial.
Yeah.
But as of now, it's a little interesting that WBD, Warner Bros. Discovery, has plans to continue, while Ezra themselves...
Unless they're planning on recasting. But if they're going to do this, they should have... I don't know. I think it's done. I think the whole thing's done, so...
So the MCU... My bad. Well, actually, let's just do MCU. I was totally right. Harrison Ford has joined the MCU as Thaddeus Thunderbolt Ross.
That's gonna be cool.
He will most likely become the Red Hulk. This is due to the passing of William Hurt, who played him since The Incredible Hulk.
Are they gonna bother doing the Red Hulk thing?
It would be cool.
I don't know.
And actually, if you talk to Hulk fans...
They really want it?
And I totally agree with them. That the Hulk... Like, do you know Old Man Hulk?
No.
Do you know Savage Hulk?
No. I thought it was really... Spoilers for She-Hulk's last episode. I thought it was really stupid he introduced a son at the very end.
I didn't put She-Hulk in here because I couldn't remember if that was after the last coffee break.
It was. Yeah, we watched it on like Wednesday or something.
Okay, so then let's add She-Hulk right here, right now.
Yeah.
What a weird way to finish that show.
I appreciated it for being unique, but I do agree with a lot of people's criticism that it wasn't... It felt more like they were talking down to their audience than actually landing jokes.
Yeah, when she does the X-Men thing, and then she sticks her tongue out.
Yeah.
I was just like, what are you, an anime?
I don't know.
What is going on here?
I guess she's trying to be, like, charismatic and stuff. Some jokes really worked, like when they were like, can you transform back into Jen? And she was like, why? And they're like, because you're expensive as She-Hulk, and wait till the camera's not on you, because that's also expensive. That was a good joke.
The thing I hated the most And it wasn't her talking to Kevin. Which, if you look at the robot, the AI Kevin, right? It has 3 bifocals on it.
3 lights?
It was their lens,
Okay.
right? It's an AI. If you looked over the top of them, there was this, like, kind of hood thing, like a cap, almost.
Are you trying to...
No, it was actually funny, because I know this is true, that every time you see Kevin Feige or Feige, right, in interviews, he's always wearing a black cap, baseball cap, with that kind of curve that a baseball player would have.
That's a cute attention to detail.
It was. It was a really cute. And he's very much aware that this happened.
Yeah.
But no, it was bringing back Matt Murdock and using him as a sex icon.
I'm down for it. What's wrong with that? You think he's not sexy?
Okay, well, don't put me on the spot. No, it's not that he's not a good-looking guy, and it's not that. It's just we brought back this actor from the Netflix series. In the Netflix series, he was so gritty and dark, and he's like, let's beat him up.
You can be that and be sexy.
I don't know. I thought it was weird. I was like, fine, you can have a one-night stay or whatever. But for him to come back and have dinner with the family?
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Cringe.
No. You just didn't like... If it was the other way around and she was the one being invited over to his show...
Oh, most definitely.
You would have...
I'm kidding. No, all in all, She-Hulk was actually a good show.
It was. I enjoyed it.
Me too. I really enjoyed it. I will have to say that breaking of the fourth wall at the end there, there was a little bit of that I'm a girl.
What does that mean?
That you know how when people started watching this, they were like, oh, it's toxic femininity or feminism, right? And I'm not saying it's toxic by any means, but definitely got shoved down my throat a little bit. And I was just like, calm down. We were having fun. Now we're getting a little weird.
What about it? What part about it?
It was her talking to Kevin and explaining the end scene. Which, I mean, it is a tongue-in-cheek joke that's going on there. Where she's like, I don't need my cousin Bruce to save me. And then the bad guy, I forgot his name, that weird geek who wants to become a Hulk. Mm-hmm. And haven't we done this story a million times before? Yes, we have.
What does that have to do with being a girl?
There was something there. I just can't remember.
I disagree with you entirely.
I know you do. I can tell.
Sorry.
Anyways, I liked it. They have no plans to make a sequel.
Bummer.
The dumbest part, I will have to say, was Scar.
Yeah, that felt so
Hulk's son.
dumb, thrown in at the last second. Like, fucking stupid.
And I know he's canonically the Hulk's son. And he comes from
What was the
Sakaar.
one? Yeah. That's so dumb. His name is Scar, and he comes from Sakaar.
Well, a coworker of mine who's a huge Hulk fan was actually telling me about Scar and the real story, and that Scar hates his dad and has potentially tried to kill him a few times. But they're not going to go that way with the story, I guess.
I think it was dumb. I think it was stupid.
Okay, so back to DCEU. Dwayne The Rock Johnson. His movie's coming out, Black Adam. They did heavy edits, because initially it was rated R.
Oh, it's not?
It's not. They made it PG-13.
Oh, no.
Apparently it was a little graphic for what he did to some villains. You know that scene in the trailer where he goes, then let's just kill him?
Well, why? Ah, man.
Yeah, he was just going out of his way. See, this is the thing that I know about Black Adam, is he is ultra-violent.
That's the thing. It feels
He's
like...
supposed to be the opposite of Shazam.
Like, I'm worried this is going to be like Venom, where it's like, oh, you can tell this really wanted to be rated R, but they squished it up to be PG-13 to get more money out of it.
No, I don't think you're going to get Venom kind of treatment here.
I don't know.
I think you're going to get something better. DCEU is not scared of rated R films. Marvel is, and it's already been written that way.
All right. We'll see.
Like, Venom, one of the dumbest scenes is when he becomes Venom in the streets of San Francisco and he's about to eat the guy's head off, right? Because that's what Venom does.
Yeah.
And he's describing how he's going to do it. And he's like, your head will roll down the street like a little turd.
Yeah.
And it's that line. It's that specific line where you go, I'm pretty sure that's not what was originally written.
Yeah. Man, I hope it's good, this Black Adam movie. I hope it works out.
So what I was reading from here, the guys at DC are struggling to keep this all together.
I can't tell.
Obviously, with the Batgirl fanatical, and now Dwayne is pushing these things, which apparently he went behind the back of the CEO to bring in Henry Cavill to get that cameo. Spoilers, Superman is in Black Adam.
Is he?
Yes.
Okay.
And now DC's like, fine, we'll let it happen. We're going to do Man of Steel 2.
Woof. I bet people at DCU are just, like, getting no sleep. Just staring at a whiteboard with, like,
it's
lines.
funny, because now you got Dwayne The Rock Johnson, who actually has clout to his name.
Uh-huh.
He's 1-2 jabbing you in the side, and you're like, what is this? What's going on? Right? Now, you also have, who did the Batman? Matt Reeves.
Yeah.
Matt Reeves has not stopped. So
Yeah?
we will get the Batman 2. And we will get the Penguin spinoff.
Oh, yeah, that was supposed to happen.
It will. And he's also working with other directors to create more spinoffs, including Clayman and Scarecrow.
Wow. So here's the thing. I definitely think it could work. Their biggest adversary is Warner Brothers themselves. Because apparently we've learned by now they can just apparently get rid of your entire fucking production at the last second if they wanted to.
So they did that, and they screwed over another director who was doing that, and his name was James Gunn.
Yeah.
Which I've spoke highly about from his heavily shafted, amazing, probably the greatest superhero show ever made, Peacemaker.
You mean Shafted? People loved it.
Yeah. Give me a second one. It was so good. You gotta admit, it was good.
It was really, really good.
More fun stuff. Creed 3, the sequel series to Rocky Balboa.
No, Rocky Balboa.
Rocky Balboa. Sorry. Creed. Apollo Creed's son, played by Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was gonna say, no wonder you can't remember how to say, like, Mitsuki's name in Boruto. You can't get the, like, famous names.
You know what word or phrase I screwed up today?
What?
Social construct.
What'd you say?
I couldn't even get social out. I just completely tripped and fumbled right there.
Nice.
Like a cardinal. Anyways.
Oh, football.
So his major opponent is going to be Jonathan Majors.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
If you don't know who Jonathan Majors is, he will play Kang
Yes.
in the upcoming Avengers film.
He was also in Loki as Kang, if you got that far.
The other one is what his name was. And his major starring role, and I'm not saying that because of his name, it just happens to work out that way, was Lovecraft Country.
Oh, what a good one.
If
Weird.
you haven't seen it, go watch it.
Weird. It's weird,
You're gonna feel this moment of just wanting to hurt somebody.
but it's so good. Really, really good. So unique. I'm not surprised it never got a sequel season, because I don't think you could ever do something like that again.
Where that one ends, it's just so weird.
But, like, satisfying?
It's satisfying, but it's also just like, what is going on?
The whole thing was that way, really. It's gripping. You'll love it. Check it out, everybody. Lovecraft Country. What was it on? Hulu?
HBO.
HBO. Should have guessed.
Here's a fun thing. Last Friday in Oakland, California, Noka Ramen.
What's that?
It's a ramen joint in downtown Oakland,
Okay.
right? And this woman runs in to the ramen shop, and she's freaking out. She's scared. And so the waiters take her to the kitchen. And this guy comes in, right? Ready to attack. Actually, he came in and started choking her. They pulled her away, and now they're facing the guy, right? Mm-hmm. Now, the waiters, for some reason, decided to dress up as Power Rangers that day. As Super Sentai. And they were like, no, you're not going to get into the kitchen. So the guy starts throwing punches. And they beat him up and throw him out on the street.
Hell yeah. Go Power Rangers.
So he comes back a few minutes later with a buddy. So they beat both of them up and throw them back out on the streets.
Yeah, Power Rangers.
And this guy has now lost twice to the Power Rangers. Goes out to the pier over by the bay. Gets into another fight. And that's where the police take him down.
Wow.
But this guy got beat up twice by the Power Rangers.
Saving the day. That's what they do. It's what they do.
And it's awesome. You can find them on social media. They're Noko Ramen.
Were they dressed up? Like, do they always dress up? Is it something different every day?
You know, I didn't get that part. I
didn't
understand why they were dressed up like them.
I kind of don't want to know more because I kind of just like the idea of them being dressed up.
You know, the coolest part is I was looking at them and I was like, they're just overweight people dressed up as Power Rangers.
But they're heroes, and they saved the day.
And you still lost? And yeah, they got all the colors out there. It was really cool.
Hell yeah.
I thought that was just fun. Bayonetta.
Yeah. So I don't remember her name, but her original voice actress, who did so good as Bayonetta. We all know she went viral on Twitter a few days ago for revealing that Platinum Games and Nintendo only offered her $4,000 to voice her in the third game. And that was after she, like...
That's very cheap.
That's, like, they would have to... Someone did the math. That's like selling 11 copies of Bayonetta would be $4,000. For a game that they know will get millions of copies. Well...
Yeah, people have been clamoring for a third.
Well, now, because of this, and that fucking abhorrent attitude, she's asking people to boycott the game. And I'm wondering if this is gonna really come back to bite them in the ass. And I'll be honest... I like Bayonetta a lot. I think she's great. Looking at the trailer that we had from this one, it doesn't even look all that impressive. I'll be honest.
You know, I got this weird idea in my head where if you make it to Smash Bros, you're legendary.
Yes.
You will always hold that over every other franchise that you ever come across. Mm-hmm. You know, the legacy of Banjo-Kazooie.
Yeah, like things like Pac-Man, Cloud, Street
Snake.
Fighter,
Sonic.
Yeah.
These guys are all famous. Castlevania.
Yep. And
I wish they would add Trevor.
As like a skin, I think that would work.
Well, with his voice.
Yeah.
God, shits in my dinner.
They can't even pay the original voice actress. They're not gonna pay other people to be in Smash Bros.
Well, no, that's not a Nintendo decision. That's a Platinum decision.
No, Nintendo also does kind of stuff like that.
Yeah.
They cut corners wherever they can. But yeah, it was bad. And the creator of Bayonetta kept being like, "No, she's lying. That's not fair. She's being no." And then they got fucking removed from Twitter.
Damn, really?
Yeah.
For lying, huh?
Yeah, she's like, she's lying. It's like, no, she's fucking not, you asshole.
This Wednesday, so a day after you hear this, Konami is going to say something about Silent Hill.
Yeah.
We know nothing more.
And everyone's like nervously excited. It's like a slight buzz.
I am so excited to see it.
It could be a movie. It could be a pachinko game. We don't know.
Well, supposedly they got an app game, they got a console game, they got a pachinko game,
Yep.
and they got a movie all in works.
Yeah, really?
That's 4 things.
I don't know. Too many things, divided attention. I'm not gonna put any hope into this. I'm just gonna wait and see. Because I can't be disappointed like this again. I can't go through PT again.
But that was the only one you played.
But god damn. No, I played Shattered Memories.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Cheryl. No, I like Silent Hill a lot. But I remember sitting there and just talking for like days and days and days about how excited we were for PT and like the game. And then all that happened. It was just like, oh, damn.
You know what's amazing? I have PT and I've never played it.
It's terrifying. I don't think you'd like it. It's not much of a gameplay type game.
That's true. I'm mostly full-time anyways.
That's a movie. That's like a real movie.
Not even supposed to be here today.
Jeez Louise.
And then Thursday,
Yeah.
let's not finish the celebration. Let's keep going off into spooky season. Happy spooky season, everybody.
Yeah.
I'm feeling it.
We're
Sun's setting. It's getting a little cooler.
all the decorations are up all around the neighborhood.
And Capcom is
Good
going to jump out on Thursday.
Yeah.
Why? Because they're going to show off more footage of Resident Evil 4 Remake.
That's great because it comes out next month, right?
Why can't we just give Silent Hill a goddamn break? You know what killed them?
Themselves.
That and Resident Evil.
Yeah.
When Resident Evil turned the tide and they were like, hey, what if we became a third-person action? They're like, we could do that. And it ends in a downpour.
Yeah.
The last game was Downpour. I remember playing that maybe 10 years ago.
Wow. I think it was actually older than that.
Dude, that's a long time.
Like PlayStation 2, GameCube.
It was PS3, but yeah.
Oof. Nah, what killed Silent Hill was fucking pissing off Kojima like they did.
Yeah, well, Konami definitely wanted to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Dune Part 2.
Yeah, real soon.
No.
Well, relatively.
About a year away. November
Oh.
3rd of 2023.
Oh, I thought it was this November.
No.
It's like, wow, that's real close.
I'll be reading that book really fast.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool because they pushed it up 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, they're really invested in this. They're like, this is going to be the thing.
Hell yeah. The first one did so well. Gotta get on it.
Yep. Final Fantasy will have another spin-off sequel. Battle Royale.
I wonder if it'll have spoilers.
Final Fantasy 7. My bad.
Yeah. A Battle Royale makes sense. Sounds fun. But I'm afraid of spoilers.
I gotta finish Reintegrate.
What? You mean like being on the final boss and it's really, really hard?
And then... Yeah, I don't even know if I can do it. And then, they have another one coming out pretty soon here.
Is it...
Reunion.
Oh. Is that
They're all...
part 2?
No, so Reunion's spin-off. You know how Cloud's a soldier?
Oh.
There's another soldier
Oh.
who looks like him.
Oh, I know what this is. I know what Reunion
His name's
is.
Zach.
I know what it is. I'm well aware.
My name is Zach Bagans.
Yep. He just goes hunting with Cloud.
No, the cover's cool. It's Zach on the front, and behind him is Cloud and Sephiroth.
Mm-hmm.
And they're looking over their shoulder.
Man.
But yeah, it's to tell the story in between before we get to the next part.
Okay. Jeez. A whole lot of shit.
Well, yeah, I'm so excited.
It's a lot, though. Keep him busy. Good job,
Because we're going to
Squeaks.
get Reunion, then Battle Royale, and then Final Fantasy 16.
Oh, that's the one I'm really looking for.
That's all within the next 6 months, dude. That's a lot of Final Fantasy.
That's going to be the summer game. I'm so excited.
So I put this in here. It has nothing to do with what we talk about.
Not usually.
But I thought this was a little interesting. Here in America, in the States, Kroger, the grocery store company,
Yep.
and Albertsons, the other major grocery store company,
Yep.
have decided to do a merger.
To compete with Amazon and
And
Walmart.
Walmart.
Ugh.
If this acquisition goes through, which is the end of 2023, so these acquisitions take long. We learned a lot from watching Disney taking over Fox.
Yeah.
It was not a super clean
It's never
transition,
It's never smooth. It's always going to be bumpy.
but they did a way better job than when we watched Warner Brothers and Discovery Channel do their merger, which they're still in the middle of, and we've been talking shit about them forever.
True.
So for two giant grocery stores to come together like this, the estimates are they're only going to come up to like 13.4 billion a year.
Which sounds like a lot, but it's not.
It's a joke because at 15 billion is Walmart.
Yeah.
And then I think it's 17 billion is Amazon.
Oh man, I feel so bad for anyone working at Kroger or Albertson stores right now, because like I've worked at an Albertsons establishment.
Yep.
And I've worked at a Walmart establishment, and they're distinctly different. Walmart is much more like soul stealing. They, despite really insisting otherwise, they do not care about their employees.
I don't know if I brought this up earlier in the podcast, like a year ago.
What?
But you can go online and find these cringy videos of them behind the scenes trying to rally up the troops, their workers, and they do this song and dance thing.
Mm-hmm. They sure
do.
It's
creepy as fuck.
It reminds me of being in like church, like Sunday school, and they have you do your little like culty song and dance numbers and whatever, and they're like, and you focus on Walmart, and it's like, it's like, because they really try to push it like, oh, we're a family, we really care, and then they really fucking don't care, but they insist they do, so they make you do these things. They sure will have a little mini potluck thing around Thanksgiving and insist it's because they care, but they don't. They really don't. Sometimes you're working there and you really want to be the manager of the toy department, and the current manager is leaving, so there's an opening, and you apply, and then the robot tells you, no, you're not competitive enough, and then someone who doesn't want the job gets stuck with the job that you wanted. So you quit.
Sounds like a true story.
Mm-hmm.
The CEO of Kroger, who's buying Albertsons, right? Yeah. He said one of the things that gives them this edge in this competition is that they will unionize.
Ooh, unionize.
So this is a ideally unified worker force against two worker forces that are not.
They're notoriously union busters.
Union busters, yeah.
Ooh, that could be something real different. That could be the what tips the scales here.
And what is a union buster?
Someone who like Starbucks is the most. You can find the most videos of union busting tactics from Starbucks, where they will, this store unionized, it's shut down. The entire store is closed and gone, and everyone who worked there is gone.
Yep. Or
people will be like approaching their boss to talk about unionization, and the boss will do everything to get out of the room and away from them, and then like dock their pay or something like that.
Union busting is usually a really bad thing. Unification itself can be viewed as bad.
It's so weird because I distinctly remember growing up, like our parents' generation always was like, unions are really bad. You want to avoid unions. Yes. And now it's like, I don't know, guys. I think the things have changed.
So it was October 2nd of 2012. I got hired on to Target to be the early morning stocking team for a holiday.
Fun.
I remember this date very specifically because I was like, once I'm fucking done with this bullshit, I'm going to go buy Resident Evil 6 because it just dropped today.
Oh, a good one.
And I did not sleep before my first day at work, which is the next morning. And, of course, fucking orientations at night.
Uh-huh, yep.
So I played Resident Evil 6. Anyways, we had to sit there and watch this video about how awful unions were. And it was very effective. It made me actually sit there and go, you screw unions.
Yeah.
Now, when I was in college, we learned about actually the goodness of unions.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy when you start seeing the two different sides. You're like, wait, what is going on here?
Yeah, it's definitely something to don't just listen to what other people say. You should look into it.
Yes,
and there's a lot to learn because not all unions are the same. But unionization, especially because it helps you get the pay you deserve.
Yes.
You know, if you're sitting there being like, I am not getting paid enough, it's probably because you're not in a union, and the union can help you with that.
I think the best way to differentiate this within your mind is look at the job that you have. Are you in a major corporation? You're just a worker bee.
Yeah.
Right. Are you working for a giant retail or fast food chain?
Yeah.
Right. Or are you working for a mom and pop shop? Because if you're working for these larger chains, then yes, unionize.
Yeah.
That's where you actually
Because that's where
do the
they're
most damage.
going to shortchange all their employees.
But if you're in a mom and pop shop, you're going to kill them. You're going to destroy them. You don't want to do that. That's not the point of the union.
So, look into it if you can. Interesting stuff. What else is going on?
So Blade is on hold. MCU's Blade.
Hold for what? It wasn't coming around anytime soon.
The director just gave up. We've seen this before.
Ugh. Wesley Snipes again.
No, it wasn't Snipes. Brandon Fraser has talked more and more openly due to The Whale doing so great.
Yeah.
He's getting interviews, and he said what happened to Batgirl was a tragedy.
Yeah.
And he started talking about Tom Cruise's The Mummy.
Ooh, what a good movie.
Which is funny because he was the star of the Mummy trilogy before Tom Cruise took on the Mummy.
Yes.
And he said, here's the problem with the Mummy. Tom Cruise's Mummy.
Yeah.
It's not fun.
It's not.
It's a snore fest.
It really is.
And he also ended the whole thing saying that he's open to doing a fourth one. And I don't care. Give me a fourth one.
Oh, I saw this like 10 minutes before we started recording. They're trying to get the cast back to do a sequel to Sky High. 10 years after Sky High.
Jesus.
I don't know if that'll work out. As much as I love The Mummy, I don't think it needs a fourth one. I think we could just enjoy it.
So, I'm a hardcore fan of The Mummy.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of my top 3 favorites. And when The Mummy Tomb of the Dragon Emperor came out, it came out the same time as The Dark Knight.
Wow, dude, really?
Yep.
Wow.
And I said, no, I'm not going to watch The Dark Knight. And I went to go support The Mummy.
Oh, no. Oof. Big oof. Mega oof. Super load oof.
Yeah, so there's more to that story, but just thought that was a fun fact.
Good. Those moments where you're like, I've made a mistake.
Wait, you want me to tell the story?
If you want to.
Okay, so I was like, that was a horrible sequel. Everyone keeps talking about the Joker and Batman. Like, whatever. And then one night, I'm super sick to the point where I can't even hold down water.
Damn.
Everything's just coming back up. And I had this little tiny, like, 12-inch screen in a PS2, right?
Okay.
And I was like, well, I can't sleep because I'm just throwing up. So I went downstairs and I found The Dark Knight because my parents bought it. And I was just like, whatever, I don't care. And I was like, fine, I'm going to watch this again and give it another shot. And so while I'm puking out my guts into this bucket, right?
Ew.
Sitting on the edge of my bed, I'm just watching The Dark Knight on this tiny little screen on DVD. And that movie's almost, 3 hours long? Maybe longer?
Super long.
It's a long movie. And that was my moment where I was just like, this is actually really good. What was I thinking? This is such a good movie.
It's like when I went to theaters to see Avatar: The Last Airbender.
You have no redemption after that.
In theaters. And I knew I was concerned when we entered, and total, there was 6 people in the theater watching this movie. And my family was 4. So there's just 2 others, not together. And it was dead empty. And it's not like this was weeks and weeks after it came out. This was pretty early on. And, yeah. I was like, I feel like we've made a mistake.
Which is funny because people love Avatar: The Last Airbender. Mm-hmm. Korra's way better.
It's super good.
Don't argue with me. Just shut up and deal with it. Come on. It's Bolin.
Uh-huh.
And when they take out we can go all day. Anyways.
Yeah.
Rooster Teeth.
Oof. It had. All right.
You're the one.
This is all right. So earlier this week, first of all, they've been having a lot of layoffs and a lot of like bigger names, like beloved people who've been around for years and years and years. And so that was happening, and everyone was talking about it. And someone named Kaden, a trans woman, came out onto Twitter and explained finally, and she left the company a few months ago, and she explained that while working at Rooster Teeth, just horrendous treatment. They had this horrible slur nickname for her that they would use in videos and stuff so they could get away with it. And they didn't pay her enough. They wouldn't credit her. If she did any voice acting work, she didn't get paid for it because she was already an employee. You're already getting paid for that. All kinds of horrible things. And this opened the floodgates where now tons of former employees are coming out being like, they overworked us. We watched Genlock together. Apparently, doing the numbers, they figured out like half of it was made for free because of unpaid overtime that they had to do.
No.
Yeah, they did that. A lot of people just not getting...
No.
A lot of people getting promised pay and never getting... One guy talked about how he had an idea for a show, and then they kicked him off the project and gave it to one of their little butt buddies who's been around for a long time, and he had no idea what to do with it, but he was in charge of it anyway, and so he just had to watch this fucking buffoon fumble the idea that he had, and then it didn't get... Like a no pay, promisement of like we'll pay you later, but then they never did. Promise, we'll put you in these positions, but then they never would. All these things, and then just racism and bigotry and all these awful things, and so it's just going down fast for Rooster Teeth.
That's absolutely horrible. And it's disgusting.
Mm-hmm.
That name?
Yeah.
You told me that name? I could tell you all sorts of rhymes, but it is a hateful term.
Yeah, we all know the name. No need to say it or anything. But wow. It's fucking... And they had apologies. Like, two of the guys who got caught calling them this name, they made, like, these fucking word salad apologies that are these long, rambly, like, I used to be a bad person. Back then, it was a thing to do. It was edgy humor. We all did it. And I remember, like one guy was even like, I remember it was, like, a punchline in the Hangover movie. And so everyone thought it was fine, and everyone let me get away with it. It's like, fuck off. Oh, I'm better now. It's like, no, you're not. Because you're only addressing it because you got caught. You're not better now. You got caught with your fucking hand in the cookie jar.
I don't remember that word ever being a punchline.
Yeah, that's another thing. No, and everyone's like, that's bullshit. It was never a funny, edgy thing to do.
If I could think of funny, edgy back in the time, I would say Monty Python.
Yeah, sure. But that was also, like, the 80s or 70s?
Yeah, but I don't remember them doing
using
that.
Slurs as nicknames for people.
And if they wanted to call you something, they would just come straight at you.
Yeah, but they would do it in a smart way. No, it wasn't edgy humor. It was just being bigoted. And
also American humor at that time. Mm-hmm. Mel Brooks. Right?
Yeah, sure.
We love quoting the movie.
Which one? Robin Hood Men in Tights?
No, Blazing Saddles.
Ah, that's another good
right?
one.
Where's the white woman at?
Where the white woman at?
Everyone loves it. It's hilarious.
But there's there's a difference between jokes and
hate
jokes. And the thing is, and the other thing is, like, just not paying your employees. Gus, one of the, like, lead guys who's been there since the very beginning, one of the founding fathers, as they're called, he has talked on the they call him that. He has talked on the podcast before about how he spends thousands of dollars a week, at least $1,000 every week, to go and fly airplanes, learn how to pilot little airplanes for fun.
Well, I hope Gus finds out Butte is not spelled butt.
And it's like, oh, so you could do that? You can literally talk about how you're rich and go fly your airplanes, but you can't pay your fucking animators who got you the products that you worked on to be good enough to get you your thousands of dollars? Bullshit. So yeah, the company is crumbling as we speak.
That's pathetic.
I don't think it's gonna get better. I think it's just gonna implode, honestly.
Yeah.
So that was that. That was the big one.
So we got no new shows, got no new movies. Black Adam comes out next week. Not this week, but next week. Which is crazy. We got a lot of press for it.
Yes.
But that's Dwayne.
Yeah.
Dwayne just does that.
He's a naturally like charming guy. He goes out there. He does that a lot.
He's a cool guy. I really like him and I really appreciate him. The thing that I love the most about him is that he looks at the DC, at least this is the way I feel. It's the way I feel. Mm-hmm. Okay. He looks at the DCEU and he goes, who's the greatest badass there is? Well, it's Superman. Well, then let's go get Superman back and I'm going to play his opponent. And now it's become almost like people are talking about this, how it's becoming more WWE.
Yeah.
But that's the thing is that not what we wanted?
That's exactly what I wanted.
And those who hate DC or don't care about it and you're big Marvel fans, do not scoff at the idea because did you not enjoy Captain America 3 Civil War?
Exactly.
What about Infinity War?
My biggest thing with Dwayne is that it doesn't matter what movie he does. He just puts 110% into it. He enjoys doing every movie he has been in.
He's so cool.
He just throws himself into it. No matter like what it is. It could be for like fucking kids or it could be like some weird action flick.
Dude, if he gets Ben Affleck to come back even more as Batman, I'm just gonna be like, that's the DCEU right there. Dwayne.
I'd honestly rather see Robert Pattinson coming back before Ben Affleck. Ben Affleck's fine, but
Okay, hold on. Nerd alert. Robert Pattinson's Batman, really cool.
Yes.
Fun little gadget detective guy.
Yeah.
He has no chance against those two.
Oh God, no.
He cannot do that.
Think about that scene in the movie when he escapes the precinct and then
On his glider?
and he, like bounces off of a bus on accident, tumbles into trash cans and hobbles away.
Just eats shit so bad.
It's a refreshing take on Batman because we hardly ever get to see him like in this stage of being Batman, like the early stages.
Yeah, there's a puppy down there.
There's that puppy down here.
That puppy, Aegon, our new puppy, he's so cute.
He's so
Yep, do you hear him snort?
he snuggles up next to you when he's sleeping, and he like lays his head on your arms or shoulder, and then he gives you
makes
kisses.
grumbles. He also snores.
If he thinks you're awake, he'll just give you a bunch of kisses to wake you up.
Yep. Lots of tackling
Yes.
and head aggressives.
Which is so cute because he's tiny.
It's so aggressive, and you're just like, okay, I'm awake.
And he gallops like a goofy little horse.
It reminds me of when Simba wanted Mufasa to wake up.
Yes. Whoa.
Okay, so coming up with video games, Plague Tale Requiem.
Yeah. No.
Have you seen the side-by-side graphics comparison?
I have not. I don't like the game.
Yeah, they said this one has more rats.
I don't like this game. This game scares me. This game gives me the willies.
Anyway, she looks really nice and clean.
Well,
like, she looks better than Aloy.
Well, that's good. Wow, really?
Yeah.
Wow. Did I go from like PS2 looking graphics to that?
Yeah, like individual threads of hair.
Wow. Well, good for people who like this game.
Ghostbusters Spirit Unleashed. I'm not too sure. Honestly, there's not much coming out because we already know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Now, before we get to box office trolls,
Yeah.
I showed you a movie last night that you wanted to know.
Yeah. We watched Halloween Town 2.
Halloween Town 2, Calabar's Revenge.
Calabar's Revenge. Bum, bum. It's okay. So we all right.
Hold on. You want me to tell you something weird?
Yes.
The name had been eluding me. I was like, Calabar? Who named someone Calabar? And then I had that box. It was called Excalibur.
Yeah.
If you take the X, it's Calabar.
It's just that.
But you change the C to a K. And then my mind just went,
Just unlocks.
and yeah, I just unlocked this. Like, I was like, oh, they're not even being creative. They're
God,
just
no.
taking pieces out of
Of
things.
course they're not being creative. Look at this shit.
So what'd you think of Halloween Town 2?
Alright, so I would say it is worse than the first one. Mostly because the stakes are very stupid. 90% of it is them just wandering around trying to find her grandma's spell book.
Mm-hmm.
And they pull a lot of shit out of their ass at the end. Literally Deus Ex Machinas. Like, we have to go back through time, but I don't remember the time spell. Oh, that's okay. I have literally a warp portal in my closet for you to travel through. How are we gonna do that? Oh, I literally have this broom I've never mentioned in my pocket. A lot of like, oh, okay. But despite being, I would say, worse plot-wise compared to the first one, I think this one was more memorable. I'll remember this one more.
I can't believe you like this one. This one is shit.
The first one is real fucking wandery in the beginning. It takes
I like the
so
first one.
long to get into Halloween Town.
Yeah, I love the establishment.
For context, I'm not nostalgic for these movies. I never watched them. I watched Halloween Town 1 for the first time last year.
Have you ever seen Mom's Got a Date with a Vampire?
I did. A long time
Okay.
ago. Long time ago. It's been
That's
ages.
a good one.
I barely remember it. I remember, what was that one called? Mom House? What was that one? Where their house had like an AI feature in it to be their mom.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember that?
Yeah.
That was the one.
Was that Mom House?
It
Is that what
wasn't.
they called it?
It definitely wasn't called that, but it was something
had that
house.
weird-
Smart House.
Smart House.
Yeah.
And they had the VR room where they would play golf.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy?
Huh.
That shit actually exists now.
Yes, a lot of that shit in that movie.
And it
exists
looks
now.
better than the way it does now.
It does. No, Smart House was the one I saw the most.
And also, smart houses exist. You can just use a phone and be like, hey, turn on the goddamn light. Flush the toilet. I can't. I'm fat.
It's not. Alright.
It was a joke.
I know.
You gotta play with the jokes, dude.
Oh yeah.
How are we gonna have bits on this?
We're ready for your 25-word salad apology. like Rooster Teeth. We're sorry that we used to be edgy. Uh-huh, sure.
I think mine would be... Thanks for listening. It's a joke. Come on.
When
You're killing me.
Usually if jokes are good, people laugh.
I swear to God, I was better than this before.
Are you ready?
Yep.
It's
Box Office Trolls.
Woo! Halloween Ends. Even though I heard this one is not good. I heard it's a little wandery. Like, plot-wise.
Yeah, apparently it doesn't stick the landing.
What a surprise.
But I never saw the other two. Coming in at 40 million.
Yeah, for our first week, it's really good. I bet for next week and a little bit of the week after, it'll still do very good. And then as soon as November hits, nothing. Complete drop off.
Oh yeah, no one wants to watch this in November.
Yeah.
Number 2 was Smile.
Still grasping, clinging to its like throne in
So-
the top 3.
Halloween Ends made 40 million. Smile makes 12 million. But for a total of 71. So Halloween Ends by next week will definitely destroy
Yes.
everything Smile has ever done.
Yeah.
So Smile, you're on camera. Number 2, Lyle Crocodile.
Number 3.
Sorry.
Yeah. I can't believe this is doing this good, but I guess there's no like kid-friendly Halloween movies coming out, which
There's
is
not.
a shame. That's another thing with Halloween Town and like whatever Nightmare Before Christmas and whatnot.
Nightmare was not a kid's film.
It is nowadays, though. But there's no kid-oriented Halloween movies anymore. And I think they're missing out on a really big audience market with that stuff. Make more kid-friendly Halloween things.
You know the best kid-friendly Halloween film I've ever seen for a long time?
What?
And no one's ever topped it. Even Disney Channel stopped making all these fun Disney Channel classics
They
like
really did.
Halloween Town and Mom's Got a Date with a Vampire.
Yeah.
At the end of it, Universal dropped a 3D animation film. It was called Monster House.
Yeah. Freaked me out as a kid. Fucking, like, traumatized me. To the point where, like, Steve Buscemi voices the one guy at the end, like, the owner of the house. And, like, hearing Steve Buscemi's voice, like, freaked me out for a while there.
But it's a good movie.
It is. It's very good.
It's a fun one. I recommend if you've never seen Monster House and you're looking for Halloween movie stuff, check it out. If you already do, you already know.
It's wacky. It's a wacky one.
It's wacky, but it's super fun.
It's unique, for sure.
Number 4, still sticking at 4, is The Woman King.
Wow. Going down. Numbers going down, though.
Amsterdam.
Dang. I heard this one is like
Number 5.
an attempted mimic of a Wes Anderson film. And I like Wes Anderson a lot.
Why would you try to mimic?
Well, he's got a real unique style. It's
Well, because of that unique style, why would you mimic it?
Yeah, it's like every time you see like a knockoff Oreo, it's like you're nowhere close, dude. Like yeah, you have like cream shit between two cookies, but you're nowhere close.
Number 6, Don't Worry, Darling.
Ugh.
Number 7, Barbarian.
Okay.
Number 8, Terrifier 2.
Good for them.
Number 9, Bros. And number 10, sticking strong, thick and thin, all
Still?
the way through the jet stream. Tommy Cruise will always be there. Let's just
Gun.
admit, he can't be a mummy, but he sure as hell can be a fighter
He
jet.
can fly a jet.
God, he can fly anywhere.
Top Gun
Except for the undead.
Oof.
Did you know? Here's a fun fact about Tom Cruise.
What?
Van Helsing,
Okay.
the movie,
Yes. With Hugh Jackman?
starring Hugh Jackman.
Yeah.
Did you know they wanted Tom Cruise to play him originally?
Wow, what a fucking downgrade that would have been.
So that doesn't work out. You get Hugh Jackman.
Good.
You should watch, if you love that movie, you should watch behind the scenes because it's hilarious to watch Hugh Jackman freak out. Because he's so angry at how shitty the production. Do you remember him on the boat with his revolver and just pops open?
Yeah.
He's just like, what kind of fucking bullshit movie is this?
Man.
And it's like raining on him. Anyways, they wanted Tom to do this. Tom was like, no.
Great
Then they were like,
movie.
we're going to reboot it. You're going to be Van Helsing. And that went nowhere.
Wow. He does not come across as a good Van Helsing. I really like that movie. I think it is not... I think it's cool. I understand it's not
What's
great.
your favorite part of that movie?
I really like the interpretation of Dracula and his brides.
Mm-hmm.
I like their designs. And similarly, I really like the way the werewolf is also... I like the designs of the monsters. I think they're very clever.
So I was a kid when I saw that, and my dad and I went to go see it in an empty theater.
Good.
Because we love watching B-ray films. That's why I watch shitty movies all the time.
Yeah.
It's like, it never left me. And I was just like, that was awesome. Dracula was my favorite part.
It's cool. Cool stuff.
Van Helsing was a cool opponent to him,
Mm-hmm.
but Dracula was really fun. And then it came out on DVD, and we showed it to my uncle, my grandfather,
Yeah.
right? And a weird story, don't worry. And he was like, oh, that's kind of weird. When a guy starts doing backstrokes up a wall and becomes a werewolf, you know you got an issue.
Hell yeah. It's so... I saw the behind the scenes stuff of his werewolf transformation. And I was like, this is intense. This is amazing.
Really fun movie.
Super
So
fun.
Top Gun Maverick holding number 10.
Yeah.
It seems like indefinitely?
I guess. Like, it doesn't even have our chart here that we have.
There's no way it's that good.
I guess it's just nothing else is coming out.
Dude, we watched the first one.
Oh, you know what wasn't on this list? Avatar.
Avatar and number 11 is actually Minions.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Wow.
they all got fucking dropped.
It's happening. That's the thing. Nothing's coming out. It's gonna be a while. It was gonna be Black Adam. We all know it'll be Black Adam. This is coming in. To end off the podcast, we got news! New Pokemon news. We got a new gym leader and a new Pokemon. Her signature Pokemon.
You want to talk about the gym leader?
Yeah, Ioni. I don't know how to pronounce it. Yeah, she's an electric type.
Yep.
She's cute.
Nope.
She's fine. As far as electric type, I'm a little...
You know who's cute? Sarada.
You know who's cute? Cho-Cho. I like how confident she is. No, Ioni. She's fine. She feels a bit like, what's her name? Elisa, the gym leader from Unova, the electric type, who was like a fashion model. She feels like a bit like Elisa again, but she's a streamer, because of course she is. I'm disappointed that her Magnemites and her hair aren't real. They're just hair accessories. They're not actually Magnemites.
So let's actually talk about the Pokemon.
Yeah. Bellybolt.
Bellybolt.
Those eyes aren't its eyes. That's silly. I love that.
He's the frog electric Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
Which is their first time having a frog electric.
So is it like water electric or is it just electric?
This one, because we don't know its evolutions, I'm assuming it will have 3.
I don't think... This is something like Tauros. I feel like it's just it.
No, I think there's more to it.
A little tadpole? That'd be cute. like a pre-evolution. This is her signature Pokemon. So I imagine it's the final form.
Oh.
But I could be wrong. I've been wrong before. Rourke's signature Pokemon are 2 level 1 nothings.
The dude looks cute. That's all I have to say.
Yeah. I like how his belly reminds me of... What are those things called?
I couldn't remember, but you know those orbs with electricity going through them?
And then
you touch them?
Yeah. Like, you all know what we're talking about, right? They were really big in the 90s and 2000s.
Why are my fingers so long?
To grab Pokeballs better. Duh. It's just around the corner. It's like a month away.
Just around the riverbend.
I think it's like literally 31
I
days.
wait once more, just around the riverbend for more Pokemon.
Would you believe,
Soon I'll capture them all.
Would you believe I don't actually know the song? I just know the just around the riverbend parts.
You never seen Pocahontas?
I've seen Pocahontas. I don't remember the song.
How do you not know the epic tale of Rebecca?
Because because I liked Colors of the Wind and Savages way more. And so that's what I focused on. The rest of it just like disassociated.
How is Savages not a Metallica song?
Wow. You're right.
Savages, there's room you.
And have like half of it be like classical stuff, and the other, man, I want that now. Do a cool Savages cover.
It's cool. I know a band that could definitely do that.
Like Caleb Hayes, someone on YouTube, someone who's cool. Get Amelie in there.
Well, that's been Coffee Break.
Yeah, a lot of like drama stuff happened. But
Yeah,
in the long run, not a lot of stuff happened.
We're trying to keep it down under an hour.
Yeah.
God, now that I've said that, next week's going to be 2 hours.
We know it, because everything's happening.
Something about me is going to be freaking out. Honestly, I can't use my middle finger for obvious reasons.
Yes.
And when they did the surgery, it affected my index finger.
Which makes sense. They're connected to each other.
Well, it's weird because it's more connected to my ring finger, but I can use my ring finger. So I'm disabled from playing video games, but it's been a week since surgery, and I'm going to slowly go back into playing video games.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm going to play Resident Evil, the remake, the original game, tomorrow.
Are you gonna be Jill or Chris?
Jill, because I need all the help I can get.
Hell yeah. Fuck yes. You were almost a Jill sandwich. I like Jill. She's fun. I really like Jill.
Well, that's been Coffee Break.
Yeah.
I hope you guys enjoy it. Sorry about the outro or intro.
Wherever we
This
put
is the outro.
Is it?
Is it?
I don't know.
I think it's funny to make it more mistakable. What if I put the outro to the intro? Well, now I'm just getting dumb ideas.
No, we're playing 4D chess now. Alright, bye. We'll see you next time.
By the way, you kicked my ass at chess, and I'm very upset.
I did. Because I'm very good at chess. That's okay. Every time we play Othello, you kick my ass. Or checkers. You kick. I don't know how to play checkers, so we did tic-tac-toe and you kicked my ass.
Yeah, I showed you how to do it.
Yeah, I didn't.
It's
know.
very simple.
It is.
It's a very dumb game.
I'm sticking with chess. I got chess figured out.
Okay. Well, Coffee Break.
Bye.
Bye.